Hello, everybody. Spider here once again. Coming soon podcast being joined by the G man, Greg Flanagan. My man, how you doing, bro?
What's happening, bro?
No, man. I appreciate you, man. And of course, host of on the Slab Horror Show, man. So of course, appreciate you jumping on here. And my man, of course, you are in Ireland. The time difference is still Thursday out there, right?
It is for another couple hours. As you can see, it's slightly pitch black.
Oh yes, bro. But man, I appreciate you holding off and jumping on here. But I gotta ask you, man, when it comes to your podcast, because the name itself, when I first saw it on there, it kind of gives me like the horror vibe, of course, on the slab. So where does that come from? Where does the name?
So
Where did you get the name?
with the name of the podcast, it was actually set up by two of my mates, in the Dynamo Kelly and Carl King Woe King, and they started it, so they came up with the name. I came on after 5 or 6 episodes. One of the lads had a bereavement in the family, so I came on to help out. I became a
Okay.
mainstay, and then as time went on, I just kept going, and it's just me now. And occasionally,
No,
it's
man, and it's funny how that happens. Because you were there to help, and now you're carrying the banner, man. So you're still at it, right?
like, don't get me wrong, I could have changed the name. I liked it. I kept it. I got my missus to tweak the logo. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, but it's still where it started. Just the ink work is slightly different.
No, for sure, man. And of course, when it comes to the podcast itself, because it is a horror show, so it is strictly all horror that you cover,
All, all horror all the time.
my
Well,
man.
occasionally we get the most random facts from actors and actresses as well, but that's just drifting from conversation to conversation. But it's basically all horror. I don't do politics. I don't do anything else like that because I don't know enough. I don't care enough.
No. You see, and I was gonna say too, because in the beginning, for me, it kind of started off because I prefer that genre. When it comes to horror, sci-fi, lost footage, everything. But because I started getting into acting and I started actually working, so I started plugging in other genres as well, man. So, but yeah, horror for me, like all day, brother.
Oh yeah, well absolutely. Like I kept a letterbox last year, and I watched 389 films total last year, and 210 of them were horror films.
Oh,
I
nice,
mean,
nice.
it's just been that way my whole life. I don't get me wrong. I'll sit and watch a rom com. I'll sit and watch a comedy. I'll sit and watch sci-fi. I'll watch everything. But my go-to, if I'm sitting at home by myself, I'm putting on a horror film. Doesn't matter if I've seen it a million times.
Oh
I
no, no.
I'm straight in. It's horror all the time. First thing I look for.
Yeah, bro, and that's one of those things because like I'll be watching, regular TV. Of course, you got so many streaming services. A movie that I have on DVD on VHS, and I'm watching the movie, and my girl's like, "You're watching this? You have it on DVD or on VHS?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's different. It feels different when somebody else shows it on you. It's just something about it." But
Oh yeah, it'd be rude.
random and
It'd be rude to turn it off if it's on the telly.
yeah,
Like
no,
I was on holidays a couple of years ago with the family, and we were over in the Canary Islands, and I was flicking through the channels. The two kids were in bed, Mrs. was asleep or going to sleep, and Jaws had just started. So I was like, "You're gonna watch Jaws, right? You're never turning Jaws off. That's just not happening."
yeah,
Right? So I sat and watched Jaws that night. Grand. The next night, flicking through the channels, everyone's in bed. Jaws is about 20 minutes in on a different channel. I was like, I'm going to watch Jaws again.
there
And
you
the
go.
third night, Jaws was on again, and my missus woke up halfway through and she's like, "Are you watching Jaws again?" And I was like, "Yep."
You
I said,
see,
"It's
but
I'm
I
telling you, I'm
will.
not turning it off."
I will say this. There is a difference because, of course, you have the uncut version, you have the director's version, you have like made for TV version. So there's parts that you don't see. I have a DVD of whatever movie, and I'll watch it on the stream, and I'm like, man, I don't remember that part. Or there's a lot of parts in there that they left off for the DVD because of I guess what they put out there. But those little things are always cool to capture and be like, oh man, I've never seen that part. That they left that out, and here we go.
Like I've noticed it recently. I haven't noticed it too much, obviously, when there's parts put out. But do you know the movie 1408?
Yeah, yeah.
So I love 1408. I've loved it since it came out on DVD. back in 2005. I think I seen it first, 2006, whenever it was, and I've watched it numerous amounts of times. I watched it there last year. It was on Netflix over here,
Yeah.
and I got to the end of it, and I was like, "What am I even watching here?" They never knew there was an alternate ending to it, and
Is there really?
yeah,
I didn't know that.
there's an alternate
Oh,
ending to it. And
shoot, man. You
I was
see?
sitting there watching it. So Tombstone Ted, who comes on the show from time to time, he's a big fan of it as well. So I rang him. Now I was having a few beers watching it, and I was like, "Did you know there's an alternate ending?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen both endings, but it's a completely different ending to it."
Man, you
And
see now I gotta watch that. I'm gonna have to look that up.
I prefer the theatrical ending, obviously
Yeah.
when he's dead. But the alternate ending's decent. But I was so confused. I was watching it and I was like, "No, I've seen this too many times. It used to happen."
Man, okay, that one's that's mind blowing because I had no idea, but I'm sure there's tons of other films out there like that, man. I mean, there's parts, I always being an actor as well, I jump on film, and there's a lot of film that doesn't make it to the trailer or to the film itself. A lot of video, and I'm like, man, what do they do with all that? I know like now, I think recently somebody had told me because I'm still to like. Transfer over to Blu-ray. Like everything I have is VHS, DVD, and that's it. Like Blu-ray, I have two, and that's movies that I was in, but I don't have a Blu-ray player. And people are like, "Oh, those are better because they show a lot of the behind the scene footage like on them." And I was like, "Damn!" So now I kind of want to start picking those up because
I
of the
suppose the disc space is bigger, isn't it?
yeah,
It's
no, yeah.
well, plug the movies then. What two movies have you got on Blu-ray?
Man, I have shoot, and I just went blank, and I can't see them from here, but I'll remember, and I'm gonna throw them on you. But I do have I mean they're both indie films. They're both I guess the Indiegogo campaigns. They were on there, so I mean I was in it, so I wanted to buy it because I was in it. But I just bought them, and I was like, man, I'll get a Blu-ray eventually, and I haven't. It's been like over a year, but
So I
yeah.
actually don't collect physical media anymore. When we moved from our house to the apartment that we live in now, obviously I got rid of a load because I had over 1,000. So I got
Yeah.
rid of them for space, and I don't have a disc player. Right.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to the legend that is Matt Osborne, actor and all round legend and agent to the stars who does the bookings for conventions. I met him over the weekend a couple of weeks ago there in Manchester, and he gave me a copy of his movie that he's in, Teddy Told Me To, on Blu-ray, and I'm like,
Oh,
now I have to invest in a Blu-ray player so I can watch it.
oh man, dude, but I saw that. I want to see that.
I
That
haven't
does.
seen it yet either. I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, I could just go to my parents' house and watch it there, or mother-in-law's, but that means I have to be there, and I want to be on my own watching it just in case.
No, man, dude, that's dope, man. Yeah, because I saw that you had interviewed the man, so I mean, that went well. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
I know you guys got
he's
to
an
hang out that weekend.
he's a good guy. Yeah. Well, he was that busy. We got to talk to him for probably about 20, 25 minutes a day. Like, but he was busy. He was working with David Patrick Kelly,
Oh, nice.
all round legend of the business.
Oh,
So he was with him, but like he's an absolute legend. Matt is. And then I was flicking through Facebook today, and I seen him doing fucking skateboard tricks, and I'm like, good lord, is there anything that man can't do?
no kidding, man. I mean, you skateboard?
No.
No, okay. I still do. I haven't like in months, but yeah, man, I still got my skateboard, and I go out there. And I was actually I was running earlier. I go jogging. I do road work, so I go out there. But it was like 2 weeks ago. I was out there, and there's a skate park where I go. I usually go run. I saw people setting up, for the skate park, and I walk up there and I run into a couple of friends that I knew, and I was like, oh damn! So they had like this little skate fest, jam session, man,
Nice.
and they were like, man, go get your board. I'm like, bro, I can't do that, man. I was like, I'm not. I just got done running. Like I'm good for a week.
I can't even stand on a skateboard, so no,
Man,
not
I
me.
started early. I started in the early '80s. All I did was skateboard till I got to like middle school. I met actual skateboarders, and that's when I started learning like tricks. And I mean, I got okay. I mean, I wasn't great. There was kids out there younger, smaller than me that were killing it, man. But I had fun though,
Well,
nonetheless.
that's all that matters, isn't it?
Oh yeah, man. Get some concrete therapy, man. Go out there. Hopefully not slam. Not fall down.
No, if I stood on it, I'd fall off it.
Man,
No,
gonna have to put a helmet and some knee pads on you, man.
knee pads, shin guards,
This
fucking
should work,
give me a bodysuit of armor.
my man. And bro, let me ask you, man, because of course, having running this show that you have out there, of course. Now, I mean, how long has it been? How long have you been running this thing by yourself?
By myself, well, I'd say a year now. So Carl, Ian was the first to kind of come away. He kind of stepped away from podcasting for a little while. So myself and Carl were doing it, and then Carl's that busy in work. He used to work night shift, so he done all the editing for it. So I ended up just being me on the show. But then when they left, I took over the editing as well. Taught myself how to edit in the space of an hour, and we went from there. So about a year, but the show itself in total has been going for probably 3.5 years.
Yeah. Okay, okay.
Somewhere during COVID or the end of COVID times.
And let me ask you, I mean, where do most of your fans come from? I mean, what country? Do you know?
So I'm just looking here on the Instagram page there. So 36% come from the States because
Okay.
obviously most of our guests are US bound and they'd be indie stars and they'd be things like that. I've 31% in Ireland, 20% in the UK, 4% in Australia.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, make it all the way down there. That's about the height that the breakdown gives me. So what's that? 36, 60, 80, so 85%. So probably various places other than that.
Nice, nice. Yeah, man. And that's how, we're talking about that a little bit before we went on. And, when it comes to me, because I've reached out to like directors, actors from literally all over the world. So I'm trying to plug in, all corners or around the world, should I say. But yeah, I got people in the Philippines and Mexico. I mean, I'm here in San Antonio, man. We're right next door, but I am bilingual, and I wanted to start doing some in Spanish also, man. I've just been trying to freshen up because I'm from Texas, bro. So I got that Tex-Mex going on.
I can barely speak English.
Same
So
here. Shoot,
you,
same here, bro.
you can keep the bilingual. I can barely speak English.
Yeah, I got
um,
enough with what I got going on. Shoot.
no, so like our show when the lads started it, it was movie reviews, it was Irish folk horror and stuff. We never really set out to get guests. And then one kind of fell into our lap, which was our very first guest, who was Nick Benson, SFX artist. He was in the Blob. He done the Blob,
Yeah.
the Abyss. He's worked a good few. Man's an all-round legend. He was our very first guest, and then it spiraled from one guest to another to another. Ventured all the way through the indie world, into Hollywood. We've had Neil Marshall on the show,
Yeah.
who directed the greatest werewolf movie of all time in Dog Soldiers, The Descent. Done some Game of Thrones. Done Hellboy. I've had Harold Perrineau from, I don't know if you've seen the TV show From.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's Boyd from From. He's in Sons of Anarchy and stuff.
Damn.
Um,
Nice.
yeah, so we've been quite lucky with guests, to be fair. So yeah, we've had Doug Tay who was in Halloween Kills or Ends. I can't remember which one. He'd probably kill me now that I said the wrong one. Um, But yeah, so like we've been very lucky. I've been very lucky with some of the guests that I've had. I've had Bud Cooper, who directed one of my favorite films in The Mutilator on, who obviously went on to do Mutilator 2. I've had Rob Schmidt, who done another one of my favorites in Wrong Turn 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that one.
Oh yeah.
He's an all round good guy. And then obviously Neil Marshall was Dog Soldier. So I've had three of probably the top five of my top five horror film directors on the show. Unfortunately, I'll never get Wes Craven because he's no longer with us. But
Right.
three out of the five isn't bad.
No, 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 not at all, man. And that's kind of like with me, before I started this podcast, I mean, I was running a combat sports podcast. I still cover some combat sports, fighters and events, promotions. But for me, it was bringing in guests. I just couldn't find myself to talking by myself for like 30, 40 minutes. So I said, you know what, let me start bringing people in, The beginning, like me, my buddy Braxton, we were doing like the setup. Both of us just picking up questions, I guess, for each other, and we just talk about those, about what's going on, what's coming out. But for the most part, it's just guests. It's kind of it was one of those word plays because I mean the whole coming soon in the beginning it was more uh horror related. You know, I mean the logo, everything. I was like, you know what? Let me just do the horror genre. But then it turned into like projects that were coming up. Meeting, talking to directors with movies coming soon. It just makes sense. So I
Yeah,
said, you know
absolutely.
what? I just went that direction, and it's been like that ever since. But it's been fun though, man. I mean, I've been having a lot of tons of guests from the indie world. I cover events, so when guest actors are in town, I get to interview them thanks to the promoters. Giving me my media pass, going out there. But it's a blast, man. I mean, getting to meet everybody. I've done the panels. When it comes to the moderator, man, I've covered the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th reunion,
Oh, lovely.
anniversary, should I say, Return of the Living Dead. I've done Killer Class from Outer Space, and I'm hanging out with these actors, bro. And it's just like as a kid, my young Mario's out there, hanging out, having a blast, and I'm like, damn, that's cool, dude. Like, who would have thought?
The Cheeto brothers were actually in Manchester when we were there
Oh
for Love
yeah.
Horror. They were one of the guests. Their panel was brilliant.
No, yeah, dude. I mean, I was there. When we got there, like I had questions on my own, and of course, the biggest one is like, "Hey, it's Killer Clowns from Outer Space coming back," and they were like, "Man, I forgot who they said was who owned it, but they were like, we're waiting on them. Like we're ready. Like we've had stuff ready." And I'm like, "Dude, like
I
been
mean,
years. Let's make it happen."
it's obviously making a resurgence because we got a game last year. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So maybe somewhere along the way.
No, no, I hope so. They're actually the actors are coming back here in July. They're going to be at the one of the malls out there, North San Antonio, man, Rolling Oaks, and I'm hoping to be there. If I don't have anything going on as far as acting, like I'm going to be out there, and I don't know if they need a moderator. I haven't asked, but I'll definitely volunteer, man.
Throw your name in the hat. It can't hurt.
Oh yeah, yeah, and I know the people out there, man. I just haven't asked. Honestly, I'm just I'm in that one of those things where even like my podcast, man, and I'll ask you about this in a little bit. But in the beginning, there was so much going on that I had like a guest like every day of the week, bro.
That's solid going.
It was, yeah. I was just like, you know what? And sometimes I'd have 2, 3 people a day, man. It was like that many people asking, and I said, you know what? I don't want to say no, and I wanted to do it, but because I started jumping on more film, more projects. Like I don't want to have to be canceling, so I'm kind of like, man, let me do two a week, 3 a week, just so I can have those days free, in case something comes up. But
The problem is once you cancel once, they might not come back.
yeah, exactly, man, and it happens, unfortunately, man. I mean, I try to reach out, and they don't answer, and I'm like, okay, no, not a problem. There's thousands of people out there, but it's just one of those things. I just don't want to be that guy. It does happen. Even on their end, like I've had people like not cancel but postpone. Like, hey, can we do it tomorrow? Can we do it next week? And I'm like, for sure, man. It's just I don't want to be that guy, but it's happened like once or twice, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like and these things happen. Do you know what I mean? And like I've had to postpone a few as of late myself for reasons that have been happening sort of at home. Do you know what I mean? Like nothing major, but I haven't been
Yeah,
able to make the thing. And most guests are usually perfect about it. Like as long as they're not already there or waiting 5 minutes before, I'll always try and give as much time as I can.
yeah. No,
Do
no,
you know
I
what I mean?
hear you, man.
And like for me, when it's the other way around, I don't care. They can cancel 2 minutes before they're due to come on because I walk from my sofa to my kitchen. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if I'm going an hour away to do it.
Right.
Do you know what I
No,
mean?
no,
So
that's true. That's true, man. And that's kind of. I'll say this because in the beginning I did have a studio. I did, I was using my friend's like he had an MMA. Well, he still has an MMA gym, but I had a studio office, and so I was there, and it was before I started streaming, and it was mostly local, and a lot of cancellations. So after a while, I was like, man, I'm just gonna do this from home. One of my rooms was empty, so I jumped on it, and it just made sense. That way I just come home, I log on, and if they're ready to go, man, I just run it.
absolutely. Like I literally my sofa is 7 feet from here. Do you know what I mean? So like, if someone told me, "Oh yeah, unfortunately I can't make it with a minute to go," I literally close over the laptop and I'll walk back to the sofa. No issue. I like. I'm never gonna put someone down for not being able to make it. You know what I mean? They're the one giving their time. So I'm more than happy if I have to reschedule. I'll always reschedule with someone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not one of these people. I'm
No.
very easy going. I'm just like, yep, okay.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, like when it does happen, like that's the same thing I do. I just, keep a load up and old. I do a lot of clips, so I throw those out there and I just keep it going, and that's one of the things I wanted to ask you because when it comes to the podcast, I mean, do you have a specific day that you run yours?
Oh yeah, on a Friday.
Yeah, and
Friday, 10 o'clock.
and let me ask you why is that? I'm curious.
Oh, you don't know? Do you not know? Maybe not being in the States. But Friday night is horror night, which is
Yeah,
the tagline for the show.
right,
So good, I have it on a T-shirt. Actually, I have it on two T-shirts.
right,
But in Ireland, back in the 90s and 2000s, before streaming and before going to video shops, there's a channel called Channel 4 that used to show all the classic horror movies
yeah.
um, at 10 o'clock on a Friday, once the watershed ended, where they could show boobs and they could show guts and gore and everything. So as a little tribute to that, the lads decided when they were putting it out at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And as I said, I kept it going, and it's never changed.
Okay, nice, man. Well, that's good to know. And I was gonna say because normally for me, it was always Saturdays. Saturdays,
You would
like
have had Stan Cooley and stuff though at that stage, wouldn't you?
yeah.
Yeah, and Joe Bob Briggs is one. I think they were all Saturday shows, weren't they? We didn't get any of them.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was curious about that because I had seen that you had put on there, Friday night is hard, and I was thinking, okay, well, it's got to be just on Fridays, man. Like it's, so that's cool. And I thought I was asking because I thought it was the whole algorithm type thing because they said, they always say like, keep them on the same day, same time, and I don't, and maybe that's why my followers aren't as much as they should be,
You know
but
what? It takes time. Like as I said, Air started with low followers, low views, and it's building and building. And like some days, some of the guests will give more, some won't. Do you know what I mean? It's just coming and going. It's going to take one or two that'll break, and then you're kind of there.
yeah.
Do you
No,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
you see, and I get them, but it just depends, I mean, of course, whoever's on, whoever jumps on, but I've got like I go live on like 5 platforms, and I share it on a few groups, so I do get my hits. It's just a matter of growing. I'm trying to grow like 5 different platforms, man, and they're moving slowly, but you know what? I'll say this: I'd rather have 100 people that are commenting and engaging than 100,000 that aren't, so
Absolutely. Like don't
yeah.
get me wrong, you can have a million followers that don't watch or they'll watch 1 second, and it look great that you're getting X amount of views. But what you want is good content the whole way through. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, definitely. And that's kind of like what I started doing more recently with just concentrating on those and bringing those that are already following me to get involved and engage and everything else. But it's fun, man. I mean, I have fun with this, and like I told people, I'm gonna the day I stop's the day I'm not enjoying it, and I don't see that happening anytime soon, bro.
Well, that's it. Like people say to me, "Are you in it to make money?" No. Like if
Yeah,
that happened, great. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? But I'm lucky enough. I've got to sit and talk to actors and actresses. Like if you told me during lockdown that this would happen, I'd have been like, no, probably not. 'Cause I've never done a podcast really before then. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, and I was gonna ask you about that, man. I mean, what were you doing before this? You weren't like doing anything as far as like content or anything,
So no, not really. My mate Ted had a retrotainment show,
right?
where we go back and look at all movies and break them down. So I appeared on that a couple of times before becoming a co-host.
Okay.
My mate Carl Sherlock had the Sherlock Reel, which was a 32 team style bracket of films, and you vote which one is better.
Right.
So it could go comedy movies, it could be sports movies. Actually, ideally, sports movie was the first one that I guessed on that one. Do you know what I mean? And it'd be a 32 star bracket. So it was that, and then as I said, I guessed it on the slab for a few episodes when Ian was coming through a bereavement and stuff.
Right.
Um, and then I was just there ever since.
Okay, man. And let me ask you, bro. I mean, when it comes to us doing this, because I mean, we're both pretty much trying to do the same thing. I mean, I mean, one of them being have fun while we're doing it, but I mean, interviewing people, bringing people in, talking about movies. I mean, are you pursuing anything else on top of that? I mean, because I started like jumping on films like 2.5 years ago, man, and it's just got bit by that bug, and now I'm like trying to jump. I'm not jumping on everything just because it's got to make sense, but I'm having fun, and I mean, is that something you're pursuing?
No, 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 no. This is the height of it for me. I couldn't act. I can already tell you I wouldn't think, and I don't. It's just not my type of thing. Would it
Yeah.
be great to do? Probably. Would I be able to do it? Absolutely not.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not for everybody, but I mean, there's a lot more, from even just being a background or being an extra or just jumping on films. I mean, here for the most part, when it comes to like features, that's all I do because I'm not talented like that. I don't have that look, but I do audition like crazy, and I do throw a lot of video auditions out there, man, and that's like on a weekly. But I mean, when it comes to the projects that I get, I mean, I'm enjoying them. The bigger features, of course, they pay, so it's cool to go out there, get paid to play make believe, and make some stuff happen, man.
Absolutely. Well, like around here, where I'm from in Ireland, is a place called Bray. So we have Ardmore Studios, which is probably I think it is the biggest film studio in Ireland.
Okay, okay.
So they make the likes of I don't know if you've ever seen the show The Tudors.
No,
Um, so that was a kind of an English royal family based show. Um, some of Braveheart was shot there. Reign of Fire was shot there.
oh, nice.
Um, like it's a big film studio. Wednesday season 2 was shot there, and things like that. So they were all filmed around.
Right.
Um, but like yeah, the film scene is very very big around where I am. Like the show Vikings is being filmed still here. I don't know if you've seen that one.
No,
Um,
man, and I'm actually give me like when we're done with this, send me those names because I want to look it up. You see, and that's one of the things I try to review a lot like films, movies from all over the world, man. And there's stuff that I see, and I'm like, damn, it's just if it wasn't for social media or the streams that we have now, I mean, we'd never be watching these films. So
but
yeah,
see,
man,
I'm,
lucky.
I'm, I'm, I'm very, very lucky in that way that like we don't get a whole lot of indie horror here.
Yeah,
But directors like they will send me stuff, and I somehow ended up on the good side of Screenbox, and Alex over in Screenbox sends me stuff out. Asking me
man,
do I want to watch this and interview the directors and stuff. Um,
cool.
so I'm very lucky in that way. And directors send me stuff, and it's great. But like, you should see the list I have on my other computer on my phone. It's just like this, and I'm like, oh, how am I ever going to get through all these? And then directors will be texting me like, have you watched it yet? And I was like, can't. I'm working my way there. I'll get there.
Man, and you just reminded me because I have like 3 films I gotta watch, and I do the same thing, man. I've got as far as different labels, different companies just sending me a lot of these movies, pre-screened, and I enjoy it, man, because I'll drop like movie trailer reviews on TikTok, on YouTube, but it's like when it comes to the movies, like I try to like watch and I get to watch them from home, which is cool, but some of them I do make a point, and if it's that they're that good, I'm like hell yeah, I want to watch it on the big screen, so I'll go out there and watch it at the theater, man.
Absolutely. I love an old cinema trip now. I must say, I absolutely fucking love the cinema. I don't know if you can curse on the show. I should have asked that beforehand.
Oh, you're fine, you're good.
Like I love going to the cinema. I love it. Like I booked in to go to the cinema now on Sunday. I'm going to see Mortal Kombat with one of the lads, and I
I know
can't.
my buddy's gonna he brought that up, and he's like, man, he's gonna go watch it with his family, and I was like, damn. I said I saw that it was coming out, and I'm I'm a fan of the older ones. You know, I know I forgot. I guess it was the one that they had redone, like the Mortal Kombat, right after the one before this one coming out. And I saw it, I enjoyed it, but I don't know. For me, it wasn't as fun as the old ones, man. It's just they're cheesier. It's just I don't know something about them, but I'm still a
No,
fan though.
I watched the 1995 one with my 9-year-old recently, and he was like, "This is awesome." He's like, "Is there more of them?" So I watched the newer one with him,
Yeah,
and he was like, "This is deadly," because obviously it's a bit more in depth and the story is better, obviously because they're building to it. And
right.
the lack of the tournament probably got it a bit of a bad rep. But yeah, I really liked the new one, and I'm really looking forward to this next one. And I think Carl Urban being cast as Johnny Cage was an amazing casting. Um, like an absolute amazing casting. I'm sorry, excuse me. So
No, no.
I thought it was genius.
Oh yeah, man. I know one of the promoters a couple years back had brought the original. The people that got to play him were the creators, right? The ones that got to play him in the arcade. So they had like those actors from
Deadly.
from the arcade game, and that was pretty cool, because I'm like, dude, I used to put quarters to play you, man. What's up, And a lot of them were like fun as hell, man. I mean, they enjoyed what they were doing. They were even doing like this thing where you could do, jump in front of a green screen and they'd put you in the game, which I thought was pretty freaking cool. I didn't get to do that though. I wanted to do it because I wanted to actually do that and use it as my intro for my podcast, man. But it didn't happen, unfortunately.
Always another time.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
like I love how Mortal Kombat has evolved over the years to obviously bring in the game has obviously brought in essential horror characters and the Terminator and stuff. Like Jason and Freddy, Chucky have all made it into Mortal Kombat now. I think Art the Clown made it into the latest one as well. You know what I mean?
I,
Like
I
it's been amazing to watch it.
I had seen that, and I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. But it's more like I don't know. It's just like when I go to I go to the department store, I go somewhere and I start seeing horror like everywhere. For me, it kind of like dilutes it. I'm like, man, like I kind of want my horror like with the horror stuff, and I get it, it's like a all year thing. And I mean, we go to Walmart here and there's like horror sections, and I'm kind of like, really, like, it's cool. I'm not gonna lie, but it's just I just don't like that in my Mortal Kombat, if that makes sense,
Yeah,
But
I get that too, and I know a lot of people that weren't happy with it, because obviously they like the original. You want basic
yeah,
characters that are in it all the time. I think it just makes it a bit more fun for certain people. Do you know what I mean? Like for
yeah,
non full Mortal Kombat fans that just like the game, casual players going, oh look, I can pick the T1000.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna batter Liu Kang here with the T1000.
Yeah, you see, and I mean, it is fun, and I wouldn't. I mean, I would definitely, yeah, I'd have fun with it. But it's just when it first came out, I was just like, man, like I didn't know how I felt about that. So, but
Oh,
that's just me. I'm that old man, like get off my lawn type guy, like, hey, let me enjoy my yard, my grass. But yeah, man. But when it comes to horror, I mean, it's year round. I mean, a lot of people wait till Christmas, and it's like, dude, like I'm waking up in the morning, watching Tubi, and I'm at work, watching YouTube, and it's an all
I
day
wish I
thing.
had Tubi.
I'm sorry,
I wish I had Tubi. Tubi
you
doesn't
guys
work
don't
off.
get it out there.
No.
Oh man, okay, damn. And I was thinking England, because I think in England they have it.
Oh, did he? Maybe it might be getting closer to being here then, but yeah, no, we don't have it.
Yeah, because I could have sworn I'll backtrack because I think somebody had said that it's like a separate like 2B2 or I don't know, something like that. But I'll look that out though.
Yeah, but no, I know we don't have it. That's why I was saying I'm quite lucky when people send me screeners
Yeah.
because otherwise I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't like illegally streaming stuff because obviously with indie films, the more people that watch it, the should be the more money they make. Do you know what I mean? So it
Oh
is what
yeah,
it
and I
is.
think because I do bring directors on here, and a lot of them do have their movies on Tubi, and I always tell them, I say, man, when I leave the house, I said I put the TV on, I put it on Tubi, and my dogs support you guys all day, man. They just go
Let it
through the
ride,
movie.
baby. Let it ride.
Yeah, because I'm like, well, heck, let them get their hits, So I let it play all day until I get home, and But I was like, dude, they're fans of horror. They love the indie stuff.
I must say now I'm a huge fan of indie horror. Huge fan, and it's grown over the years. Obviously, since taking into the show, where people are sending me stuff to watch. Like never in my wildest dreams did I think directors are going to be messaging me going, "Can you watch this and do a show on it?" Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
bro. And
And
that's
I have a lot of them as friends on Facebook now, where they're sending me stuff and they're like, "What do you think of this? This is what's coming," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all in."
no, yeah, dude. I mean, I agree. I mean, for me, I mean, we have so many streaming services here in the U.S. that it's like it's over. I don't want to say it's overkill, but I'm glad that they're out there and they're pushing these films. But there's a lot going on, man, and it's like I have that mentality now to where like I'll watch a movie. If say you're like, hey, watch this movie, then I'll be like, okay. and there's like 10 more that I'm trying to see, but I'll look at that one first, and then I'm like, okay, cool. But I mean, it's there's a lot. I don't have that many hours in the day, but I try to watch like shorts, like in the morning. During work, I'll throw one during break. The feature film, I'll come home, I'll throw it on, and finish one. But it's a lot, man. Like a
Well,
full time gig.
I don't know what if you've seen it or not, or if you know them. But there's a director, right? I don't know how long you get for your break, but the movie's an hour and 7 minutes long, right?
Okay.
From a director called Sean Robinson. I think it's North Carolina. I think he's from.
Right.
Right. The movie's called Life of Bell.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of that.
It's a found footage, but it's a security camera way it's done. So it's done
Oh,
from a security camera rather than like a handheld or a phone.
right.
Oh man, it's so good. It was made for a budget
Oh,
of like 300 quid or something. I think he said it's
bro.
so good.
Yeah, you see, there's and they're on social media, of course, but Found TV. You heard of them?
Yeah. So I think one of the lads that owns that or created that lives in Ireland.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Damn.
He
Okay.
lives about an hour from here. The Canadian guy. I can't remember if he even told me his real name. But I was talking to him a few times. Yeah, it's yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't had a chance to subscribe to it because I think if I subscribe to another film thing, my missus might actually throw me off the deep end.
No, yeah, yeah. You see, and that's the thing, because a lot of them, for the most part, a lot of them are nickels and dimes, but it adds up, man. After a while, you're
Like,
like paying.
well, what have we got? We've got Disney, we've got Netflix, we've got Prime, and I think in total, like Disney's not cheap now. Disney's like 130 euro, probably
Damn.
about 150 quid. Netflix is 20 quid a month. Do you know what I mean? Prime, I think, is 12. So that like it adds up very quickly.
No, no, yeah, yeah. Because I have like things. I think last year, because I get billed and I see that $10 here, $8 there, $15 here, and I'm like, damn. And the one day, I think last year, I was like, I added everything up, and I'm like, dude, that's like almost like $200 automatically, and I'm like, I started like, getting out of a lot of this stuff because it was just like I wanted it, but I was like, yeah, man, like I can't. It was just like an expense I could do without.
Well, that's it. Like, and with Tubi, you have it. It's really all free with Tubi, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's free.
Yeah. So why would you pay for everything when you get it for free?
No, yeah, you see, and I will say this because a lot of the movies, for the most part, they every director tries to put their movie in every platform. They go from Tubi, Prime, there's so many out there, but it's like there's some that just don't. They're on one stream and that's it. And it's like, okay, well, if you want to watch it, you got to subscribe to that one.
Yeah. Not normally you get a free trial though, so that works too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I probably need a new email every day, every week, bro. Well,
Man, they're free to set up. You can do that.
no, yeah, yeah, but yeah, like you said, I mean, but when it comes to Tubi, it's free. It's got commercials, but I mean, that's how they get paid. That's how they pay for that platform. But the hits, nickels and dimes compared from what I've heard, with the directors. So a million hits, it's a couple dollars. It's not that much, but it's like for the most part, it's like I always tell them, especially if it's indie, there's got to be like a physical media. You got to sell DVDs and make some money out of it because otherwise, you know.
And that's what you see now. I notice a lot of Indiegogos all have DVDs and T-shirts, or they're selling worn like costumes and stuff, and like prosthetic limbs that are used in the
Oh
film,
yeah,
which is a film
yeah.
to have. Do you know what I mean? Like if I had a house big enough and I had a bank balance big enough, I'd buy everything. I'd be like, yep, have one of those and one of those.
Yeah, let me get that left ear and the right arm, and what else do I need, man? Be
Oh,
like a
look
house
at
of cards.
me.
Man, do you have any movie props? Let me ask you that.
No. So I have a cast and crew hat from the Mutilator 2, though, that was sent to me by
Okay.
Buddy Cooper.
Yeah.
And that's a prized possession. I wear that everywhere.
Oh, nice,
And
man.
I've got some cast signed posters,
Yeah.
and I have a book that Joe Lamb sent me, who
Oh,
is the director of The Fetus. I don't know if
Right.
you've seen that one. He's based out there in
Yes,
Vegas.
I have, and dude, that movie is something else, man. I love it.
It was good fun. But he sent me one of 100 books that he wrote,
Yeah.
signed by him
Right.
for the fetus. It's called The Making of the Fetus. So they're the kind of things I'd have. I wouldn't have props.
And I'm surprised he didn't send you one of those promotional condoms, bro.
Oh, I got them too. I got them too.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, dude, that's genius. I was like,
Yeah.
bro, that's like,
Oh,
some good PR, man.
brilliant, didn't it?
Yeah,
Genius, genius. Because he sent me a message, so I'd followed the page because obviously Lauren Rivera was blowing up off the back of Terrifier 2.
yeah,
And that's what put me onto it. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll get behind this one,
yeah,
right? And I messaged the page early into production, and didn't hear anything because obviously they were filming. And next thing you know, I get a message from Joe, who was running social media at the time. He's like, "Oh, thanks for following the page and keeping up and doing whatever you're doing on social media." And he's like, "Can you send me your address? I want to send you something." Right. So obviously I'm in Ireland and he's in the States, so he sends it away. And I don't get at it for a
yeah.
week or two, and then I come home to a package, and I was like, "Ooh, what's this?"
Nice, bro.
And I was like, "A box of 3 condoms with the fetus on it." And I was like, "That is fucking genius marketing."
Bro,
Genius.
yeah, yeah. You see, I'm not now. I'm jealous, man. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So I know he was doing them. So he had a few girls working with him at conventions.
Yeah,
I know he had former guest on my show, Amber Brooke,
yeah.
um, Amber, and I can't remember the other girl's name. Um, they were doing the promotions for handing out the condoms and stuff at the conventions. I thought it's just genius marketing.
Bro. Yeah, who's gonna say no to a condom, right? Even if it's just for souvenir, man. I'm like, shoot, I'll take one.
I
Heck.
don't think I'd use them, but
Oh yeah, yeah,
I seen what came out when they didn't use one, so maybe I would use it. But
yeah.
that's it.
Man,
That's a different story.
I was gonna say, I actually had a guest a few last week, should I say, but Blankenstein out of Hawaii, man. He actually sent me a shirt, which is pretty dope, man. So I definitely appreciate that, and I'll plug him in. Him and the director producer were on here, and it was a great conversation. But it's like, they don't have to send me anything, but if they want, but by all means.
I'll never say no.
No, no, and I support. There's stuff that I buy. I mean, I pick up DVDs. I pick up, um, props when it comes to like film use props. Like, I mean, I usually keep something from like the films I'm in, like the indie films that I'm in. Like, and I'll let the director know, and I'm like, hey man, can I keep this? And he's like, yeah, and I'll have the lead actor or lead actress sign it, and I just put it away. But it's just my thing. I'm like, man, why not?
This would be more like, hey, can I keep this? I'm going to take it anyway. I'm just being polite now.
Yeah, 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 exactly. It's either say yes or I'm just gonna put it down and put it in my pocket. No,
Well,
no.
I mean, you can't do what Charlie Hunnam done on Sons of Anarchy. He took the bike, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard him saying
yeah.
that in an interview. He's like, "Did you keep it?" And I was like, "I took the bike."
But compared to like, I've asked actors and man, they keep a lot of stuff, bro. They're like, oh man, that shirt I wore, like I kept it, or jewelry, which isn't. I'm sure it's not real, but it's cool little props.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, sure, I've never even been on a film set.
Man, we're gonna have to let's do that, man. Let's make that happen this year, bro. Put you in make some contacts, man. I mean, you said there's a film studio right there. Your neighbors, right? How far is it from you?
So, legitimately, 5 minutes drive.
Oh, damn, dude. Walk
Um,
over there, bro.
but if I walk out my balcony doors, that film company owned the field across, like literally just outside
Yeah.
my balcony that they use for overflow car parks, and they store like some of the sets and the classic cars and stuff that they're using on set there and stuff. It's cool.
Damn,
Yeah.
dude.
What I'll do is next time there's something good in it, I'll take a picture and send it to you.
Yeah. I would, man. I'd go over there and look, ask for work, man. Maybe they'll put you in the stage crew, man.
Just keep knocking on the door. Hello.
Open
Remember
up.
like remember like that episode of The Simpsons when Homer and all move and Abe's just knocking on the door.
Yeah,
Hello. Can you
bro.
let me in? There's wolves after me.
I thought you were gonna say that one where they offer him like they don't give him free parking, but they give him roller skates. So he still has to park far, and he has to roller skate all the way to work, man. You know.
No, no, no. I'm cold and there's wolves after me.
Yeah. No. Yeah, bro. My man. Now let me ask you: when it comes to movies, I mean, of course, horror, but music, man. What kind of music do you normally listen to, man?
This is where you're gonna get me. I'm not a big music fan at all.
Oh, okay, okay,
I have probably the strangest taste in music. So I kind of go for a bit of everything. Eminem to Johnny Cash.
okay. I can
Uh,
dig that.
I'm a big Johnny Cash fan and a big Eminem fan. The rest of it kind of just filters through. It could be anything.
Nice, man. Well, those are two good ones for sure. You know, Johnny Cash. I throw him in every chance I get, man. Especially streaming music all day, every day. Especially at work, I throw it on, leave it, let it play all day, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm a big fan of the Doors as well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I love the Doors. So they'd be probably the three big ones on Spotify. Well, actually, when I go onto Spotify Wrapped, it's all sorts of random stuff because the kids use Alexa,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, your Wrapped is this, and I'm like, I have no idea who they are. Not a goddamn clue.
Yeah, go to your room. You're grounded. Why
Yeah,
not?
having me listening to fucking random shit.
Yeah.
It's shit's random.
Oh yeah. You see, and I'm my if I had like a mixtape, man, I'd have a little bit of everything, honestly. Uh, I listen from everything from oldies to Spanish rock to freaking rap, 80s, 90s rap, rock and roll,
Nice.
punk rock. I listen to a lot of punk rock music, hardcore music, like whatever gets me going, man. And of course, depending what I'm like when I go run, I go do my road work and I do work out. I always put like always like YouTube, but I'll be like 45 minute techno hit mix tape or whatever, and it sends me like random and that's my timer, man. Once it finishes, that's my workout. So wherever I'm at, I'm like, okay, boom, I just freaking walk back and
Is
call
it
it a
is,
day,
is
bro.
Operation Blade on it by public domain?
I haven't, but no, what is that? Techno?
Yes, you know the film Blade.
Yeah. Oh
You know
yeah,
the,
yeah. The intro, bro. Oh, dude, hell yeah, yeah. I throw that on every once in a while.
at
Heck
some
yeah.
at some tune.
Yeah, and I think I saw it popped up on Instagram the other day out of nowhere, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I had to let it play. Mortal Kombat, right?
Yeah,
Techno, bro.
yeah. Well, the Mortal Kombat one was brilliant. Like I came out the other day before bringing the kids to school, and my young fella had the theme song for Mortal Kombat on Alexa, and I'm like,
No, shit, that'll get you moving, man. It's kind of like like freaking. It's like better than coffee for the most part, Sure, it's good. It's good stuff.
yeah, it'll get you going, but at least coffee stops me giving out to people in work.
No, no, definitely, man.
I'm,
Once it
I'm a
gets you
bit more
moving, you start dancing, brother. That's always a good thing.
See, I work from home as well, so I'm like, I need coffee because I'll end up.
Oh, you do work from home.
Yeah.
Oh man, how long have you been doing that?
September 2023.
Oh, because of the whole COVID thing.
No, no, no. I got a new job, so I work in IT, and
Okay.
so I get to work from home 3 days a week. So
Damn. No, yeah, man. Because I know,
I,
during COVID or when that happened, I was actually a contract delivery driver. So I was delivering furniture, and there was a store that closed down now called Big Lots, but the district manager was local. Well, he was like Central Texas, but his office was here in San Antonio. He like calls me out of the blue, and he's like, "Hey, it's his Mr. Miller," and I'm like, "Who?" And he's like, "From Big Lots," and I was like, "Oh crap, I didn't even know he had my number, but he got it from the company." But he's like, "Hey, are you still working?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I think so." I said, "What's going on?" And he says, "Well, the other companies are going to take a month off, man. They don't want to work for like 30 days because of COVID." He said, "But I have a warehouse full of furniture. I need it delivered." And I'm like, "Well, I'm still working." So he's like, "Okay, I'll let everybody know." And man, he had like 6 stores that I was working delivering furniture for, bro.
nice.
It
It was
was
like, are you still working? Are you still paying? Then I'm
Yeah, no,
still
yeah,
working.
yeah. Because I thought he was gonna say like, "Hey, we're gonna close down," or nah, man. He wanted me on there. I'm like, you know what? So it
Nice.
was good. I mean, money wise, I was able to pay off a lot of stuff, man. I mean, it was great, and it's just after COVID, it just it turned to a nap and stole my business, took a lot of my business, and the company closed down. You know,
It's unfortunate that it happened that way. Like I know a lot of people over here hated COVID. I actually thought it was great.
yeah,
Not obviously not the disease itself,
right,
um,
right.
but like when we went into lockdown in the March, Like I'll never get that time again with the kids where I didn't have to work. Do you know what I mean? And it was mad because that first lockdown lasted 3 months, and the weather over here was unbelievable for those 3 months. You know that sun
Damn.
shining every day nearly, and it was great. My two kids were a lot smaller then, and like it was just phenomenal. You'll never get that time again like that.
Yeah. No, that's
So
true. I never thought about it like that. But yeah, man. I mean, you got to stay home and actually, be around the kids because one of the things I was a postal employee, right? I was a letter carrier for like 9 years. I worked at the plant. The last 6 years I was there, and it was like once you were that was your life, dude. Like we worked at the plant like 12-hour shift, 14-hour shifts, and 6 days a week. I mean, it was freaking brutal. So it's like when I left, I was like, man, I need time for my kids, man. So I left. I mean, everybody was like shocked because it was paying well, but I was like, dude, I can't buy back time. I said I gotta go.
what's the point? Like it's all well and good having money, but if you're missing your kids growing up or your
Oh
life,
yeah, bro. Yeah, and I was separated from my kid's mom, so that was the worst part was that I had to get him the days I was off, and I said I gotta make some changes, and I did. No regrets, bro. None.
yeah, that's it. Kids come first.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Oh yeah. I mean, do they call me these days? No, but still, no, they do. They do.
Until they want money.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was gonna say every time they want me to spot them a 20 or something, but nah, no, they'll hit me up randomly. But yeah, man, I definitely got to make time and have lunch with them. Hit them up this
Absolutely,
week.
absolutely. I'll tell you what, right? I'm gonna throw you a question. No, I won't. You know what? I won't. What I'll do is I'll bring you on my show,
Yeah.
and I'll use my content that I use for every show
Okay. Okay.
over here. Yeah.
Sweet. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
I was
Yeah,
gonna do it here. I was gonna do it here, and I was like, no, because then I won't be able to do it on the show.
no, 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 that works, man, for sure, bro. But my man, dude, I appreciate you jumping on here. I mean, like
Absolutely, I
I said,
appreciate you having me on.
yeah, man, and we'll definitely do this. I mean, like the whole podcast group that I had created was just based on this, bro. Just creating growth. Getting everybody, eyes on everybody. Basically, that's the name of the game. I mean, if what I'm doing people don't like, then maybe somebody else, and so forth. And it's just like an indie film. You jump out there, and there's something. It's not for everybody, but at the same time, you're dropping great content and bringing interviews and everything else, and stuff people want to listen to. So why not? But yeah, for those that are watching, of course, make sure and follow the guy. I mean, when it comes to social media outlets, bro, where can people find you at?
So you find me on. I technically have a Twitter that I don't really use,
Yeah.
but
Same here.
Instagram or Facebook, it's on the Slab Horror Show.
Nice, nice.
Um, or yeah, that's where you'll find me.
Sweet, man.
And you get me on YouTube as well. It's the same handle. That's where the shows go up to. So
No, and that's smart because that's what I do. I kept everything coming soon podcast. So if people ask, I'm like, I don't want to change nothing. It's the same everywhere across the board. So just type it in one word, and that's it, man. Make it easy.
absolutely. But yeah, if you find me, drop me a message. And we'll see.
No, no, for sure. And of course, let me ask you this because you mentioned earlier guests. So of course, for those that are watching, I mean, when it comes to actors, directors, I mean, they're more than you're always looking for people to jump on.
Absolutely. I'll never turn anyone down.
Nice,
And
nice.
like I've had people send me movies and I haven't liked them. Like I'm very blunt with movies.
Yeah,
If I
you
don't
have
like
to.
them, I don't like them, right?
Yeah,
But I'll always look for the good in them. If a director sends them, I'll always
yes,
look for the good part of it. I won't just go, your movie is shit.
yeah,
I'll give you what I thought was good, what worked, and why it didn't work for me. Like I've had a lot of directors send me stuff where the film is good, it's just not my type of film.
right,
You know
dude.
what I mean?
Okay, I had this hashtag I was using last year or the year before, but it was called hashtag not my horror.
Yeah,
And it was just that because it wasn't made, it didn't do anything for me. But you know what? I like the sound, the acting was great, the lighting,
yeah,
man, it was superb. I mean, but it didn't do anything for me. But it doesn't mean that it's not for everybody else. So I would always tell people, like, man, you know what? I don't rate them when it comes to ratings. I mean, for me, it's like either you like it or you don't, and that's as blunt as you can be. But the
that's it.
fact that they make them, I'm like, dude, I'm glad they made them. I'm glad they keep making them and people can
They
enjoy
keep
them.
making them, I'll keep watching.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. Give me something to do, right? Not like we have enough time, but still,
Oh
still,
well,
still make time for it.
staying up till 1 a.m. every day will do it for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got time. You
Not
work
much.
from home.
I got it. I got it.
No, brother. But bro, I do appreciate you, man. I mean, we'll definitely be talking. Don't hang up
Absolutely.
yet. But everybody out there, of course, make sure to follow the man on the Slab Horror Show. It's always Spider here. Till next time.